Hello, hello, hello. You're listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It's currently 9:08 Night Movie Gang. I'm your host, LC Hines. I'm here with my buddy Joseph.
Hi.
And I'm here with our first, very special guest. Not our first guest, but like our first guest from another show. King is here with us remotely.
Hello there. I am King.
Hi, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. You couldn't see me, but I was bobbing out to the opening of the podcast and everything. It was really dope.
Yeah, no, I made the beat. Yeah.
Ooh, really? Oh, you make okay.
I do. Yeah, I make beats and all the all the background music, like if in the is all just basically I make lo-fi beats that I just throw in the background.
That's awesome. It's fun. We also have our sound guy, Hakaider. He also does make beats or just ones.
Yeah. Every sound guy at every event also makes music. I feel like, which Joseph and I actually work in we're coworkers. We work in AV world, so we're used to know a lot of musicians. And speaking of background music, I usually put on background tunes.
A lot of people who wish they weren't doing AV and would rather be doing music instead.
Okay.
So King, you come from Thirsty Nerds podcast. Do you want to talk a little bit about y'all's podcast, what it's about, and where people can listen to you guys?
Yes. Yes, I am King from the Thirsty Nerds podcast. I co-host with Jamal or Sumo, Clarence, who's also known as Stooge, and Hido, also known as Just One. Ooh. We post every other week, and basically our podcast is we take all the news that's come from the last 2 weeks, from like the news that's come up in pop culture of video games, movies, comic books, and anything really that delves into those areas, and just talk about the news and shoot the shit, basically. Cool. You know, we consider, like, a lot of people have considered our podcast as very comfy, like, comfy podcast, to shoot the shit. It's not a, breaking news podcast, but, if you want to have some, some people to talk to about the podcast, to shoot the shit, have some hot takes.
Hanging out with some cool guys.
Hanging out with the boys, yeah.
Exactly. Hanging out with the boys.
That's definitely the vibe I got from watching y'all. It reminded me of hanging out with some of my cousins back home.
Yeah,
honestly.
Exactly. Yeah, but we also delve deep. We also review comics. We also review. We started to review anime, or at least the first 3 episodes of certain anime. We have a show called The Rule of 3, and we also review movies whenever we can. So cool. We have a little bit of everything over there.
That's awesome. That's
sick. Yeah.
Would you say that like you're of the gang? You're like kind of more. Is there amongst you guys? Is there more of like there's an anime guy, there's a video game guy, there's a comic guy? Would you say anime is more your sect?
It's funny, we did have, like, when we first started, everyone had our own little thing, and we kind of decided to just mix it all together. Nice. Everyone's report or anything. But I am the movie guy / anime guy.
Perfect. So. You're on the perfect.
Yeah, we got the right guy.
Yeah, exactly. The right person reached out.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and you can follow us on YouTube at Thirsty Nerds. You can follow us on Spotify or anywhere you can listen to podcasts at Thirsty Nerds. And that's
in the description.
Rock and roll. Links in the description. We'll be there. Yeah, and cool. But yeah, with our show, Midnight Movie Gang, basically for people out there, if this is your first time listening, if you're hopping over, this is our show is based around kind of like cult cinema, lesser known movies. Older films. Yep. Just basically we're big movie nerds. I'm like
kinda
pretty big movie nerds. Like I got we watch Criterion Blu-rays a lot. I collect them. Criterions. And speaking of lesser known movie, before we get into the movie we're talking today, I want to tell a little story about something that happened earlier this week. Have y'all ever heard of the movie Dogma? Directed by Kevin Smith?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I own the movie on DVD. And the other day, my fiance and I watched Jay and Silent Bob a few weeks ago, and they had never seen it before. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to watch more stuff with Jay and Silent Bob in it. So
that's a dangerous game.
Yeah. And I really like Dogma. So now you're saying I'm toxic in that since I have it on DVD. Yeah. I was like, I want to watch it in superior video quality. I want the high definition.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want that.
I need to see every pore on Silent Bob's face.
Every nostril, every little speck of dirt.
every particle of weed smoke coming out of Jason Mewes' mouth.
Exactly.
Basically, I was gonna rent it so we could watch it HD, but you can't rent it anywhere.
What?
Damn.
Like you can't even. It's not streaming anywhere. You can't rent it on Amazon or YouTube or nothing. And the reason why is because technically it was I forget if it was Buena Vista or like it was produced under like a subsidiary of Disney when it came out.
Oh man, maybe it was in an NFT like Kevin Smith's most recent movie.
No. It came out in like the early 2000s, but like apparently Disney like doesn't want this movie, anyone seeing this movie, because like the movie deals with Christianity and it's like basically like dissecting Christianity and stuff, and Disney doesn't feel like the movie represents their image, so you can't get it anywhere.
Lost media.
Yeah, so we did our we watched our DVD, which it was still fine. But I was like, damn. So I was really happy, like physical media all the way.
Physical media. You've been what's the word?
I've been preaching about it.
Yeah. I usually have the word ready. You've been proven correct in a righteous way.
Yeah.
He's been vindicated. He's like
vindicated.
Yes,
Thank
Exactly.
you, Jesus.
I felt so happy. I got out my DVD booklet.
Thank you so much. That would have bothered me all
with
night.
the sleeves and
Yeah,
everything.
with the sleeve. Yeah, because basically I worked at FYE in high school, and that's where I got a majority of my Blu-rays and DVDs. And when I went to college, I transferred my collection at that point into a giant ass booklet.
Yep. He's got his library.
Yeah. And then
This ancient tomb.
Yeah.
Like, you want to watch this? I got it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then for a while I didn't collect any more Blu-rays, but in the last few years I've recently been getting back into it because streaming has just gone down the tubes.
It sucks now.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially like with how these rights are and how
They
and
get,
how
like,
easily
traded around.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like you was like, oh, I used to be able to watch it on Netflix, and what do you mean it's on Paramount? What do you mean now it's over at Max? Like where I can't find this thing.
If I ever like think of a movie that I want to watch, I want to say like 80% of the time I just end up having like rented on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's nowhere else.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying.
How many of these services do I need to have? How much money do I need to spend every month?
Yeah,
exactly. I haven't been to like Best Buy, but I've been meaning to go there just to see it in person, of the empty shelves that they were serious when they called out saying we're going to stop having physical media. You know, no one that's a weird thing to announce. You know, no one thinks that's a good idea. Like, don't do that. And then they did it. I'm like, oh. And then now they just have empty spaces in their fucking stores. There's nothing there.
It makes it feel like a ghost town. Just makes it feel.
Yes. Now we're just
like
back to renting stuff like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Everything's just reverting back to the way it was.
Pretty much, yeah. It's all coming back to cable. And I mean, now it's just a thing where it's like the way I see it, kind of like a silver lining, is like I see it as like physical media, in particular with like Blu-rays and DVDs, and it's kind of happening everywhere. It happened with vinyl. As far as like it's going from like a large consumer item where it's like it mass produced consumer item, and now it's turned into like a collector's market where like King, I don't know if do you collect Blu-rays, DVDs at all?
I'm pick and choose here and there. Like the Godzilla, like I've been trying my best to keep up with Godzilla like physical media. Like I got Shin Godzilla,
cool.
and I'm waiting for Minus to come out.
That's badass. No, that's one I definitely want to. We need to do a -1 episode for sure.
Yes,
King, maybe you can come.
Absolutely.
Maybe you can come
I
back.
would love to be there. I would love to speak the good word of -1.
Because I have not seen it yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I was gonna see it when they did the black and white version.
It's good as hell.
Because I'm a sucker for black and white. I'm gonna watch both versions. I'm most excited for the black and white, but now it's turning into this thing where like I feel like a lot of the conversation around physical media and like the products people are talking about are the like Criterion or like Arrow Video, like the special editions and like the, you know, like the things where it's like they don't produce as many, but that's part of what makes them more valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And we even kind of ran into like a bit of the streaming issues with watching this movie tonight, watching Hakaider, because
we had to watch it with ads.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to rent it on like it was on Amazon.
I told you, right? I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's all good.
Okay.
No, sorry. No, what were you gonna say?
No. Yeah, I was sorry to just cut it. I was wondering, like, oh shit, did I tell you? Because I suggested this movie, Mechanical Violator Hakaider, but I said to stay away, or even if I did it too late because I was gonna say to stay away from Amazon. The Amazon version, for some reason, the
subtitles.
the subtitles are baked in, but they're baked in a way where it's delayed for no reason.
Yeah,
with Amazon and these weird technical problems in all their movies.
They're delayed by a solid 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but we rented it not knowing. If you did message it to me, I didn't notice because
we went over to the forsaken wasteland of Tubi and watched it there.
They went on Tubi.
At least it worked over there. Okay,
it did work with ads.
With 30-minute ads. It feels like. But,
With ads. Well, that was the legit experience because I feel like the vibe of this movie was very much like something I'd see on Adult Swim, like really late at night.
Oh yeah,
like at 2 a.m. and there'd be weird ass ads in between.
But didn't Adult Swim have that? They premiered or showed the dub version of some sort of like kung fu film, but it was with rappers. Like it was like Snoop Dogg was one of the characters. And
I don't know, man, but I'd really want to watch that.
Yeah.
It was a long ass time ago. I forgot what it was called though.
I think it was one of the 36 Chambers movies. Maybe it was like some. It was definitely a Shaw because I know what you're talking about. It was like definitely a Shaw Brothers era movie. But speaking of the movie, Hakaider.
Yes.
Hakaider.
Mechanical Violator.
Mechanical Violator.
Violator.
So King, I want to hear your history with this movie. When did you first see it? Did you already know about the source material and experience source material? We didn't know shit. We just finished watching it. We didn't know anything. We had a great time, but
went in completely blind and was blown away.
That was great. That's exactly how me and my two other friends entered it last year because it was suggested from Amazon when we watched Shin Kamen Rider. And we were still like on this kick of like these weird like Sentai type films. I'm like, what? Look at this Mechanical Violator Hakaider. We saw the trailer, like, oh shit, that looks sick. So we watched it and we came in completely blind. Yeah, and I didn't know when I was watching this. I was sitting there. I'm like, that design looks familiar. And then I realized like, oh shit, this is Hakaider. No wonder Hakaider. Oh fuck, that's the guy from Hakaider. Hakaider. Yeah, like
I had no idea this was from any like established source material.
Yeah. It does feel like all his own, and honestly, like compared to where it comes from, it is all his own. Like there's these like sprinkles of like little references, but like
I got a lot of like Final Fantasy VII and like a lot of stuff. We got a lot of Mad Max in there too.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of inspirations.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But only the best parts of those things.
Yeah, exactly.
With all the people with the respirators and the chunky suits, I was thinking Dune even, but that's probably
Stormtroopers.
Dune's constantly on the mind. But yeah, no. So the original, so you say the original show that it's from, was it also like violent, like R-rated type of deal, or was it a more family friendly affair?
No, it's it's anime, so it's like it was on Adult Swim. It was violent because like the way it's drawn, it feels like it wouldn't be because it's drawn in that like Astro Boy like classic anime type style, kind of like or like Gigantor or something like that.
90s anime kind of like.
Yeah, but it's but it's like early 2000s. Okay. But it's still using that style and everything.
Interesting.
And no, it was just honestly that story. Hakaider is extremely sad. It's a really sad show. Yeah, outside it just look like robot people fighting each other, but like it goes into like existentialism and like who's what's it mean to be a person.
I love Neon Genesis Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
But like honestly,
no orange juice though. No orange juice.
This movie, for having such a short runtime,
they packed a lot in there.
There's like such an established world. With like
right? Okay, thank you. I was gonna say like
and that's like all world building and like all the set design and the costumes and everything. It just conveys this very solid looking world.
It's funny like looking at this old ass film.
Yeah.
But like it looks so like it feels like it deserves like it feels like it could be a franchise. Like
absolutely. I was like, can we get like an updating of this?
Right? Yeah. It feels like you could do like a gritty like I was thinking. The comparison I was making when we were watching this movie was it reminded me a lot of Dredd, the 90s Dredd with Sylvester Stallone.
Ooh, yeah.
Like just a lot of the same kind of like dystopian world with like the cheesy elements there, but I feel like you could almost do like a dark like Carl Urban Dredd type of update.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But the visual style of this movie is so heavily intentional. It's crazy. Like every detail on every object is so like thought
intentional.
through. Yeah, this director gave so much of a shit. It's crazy.
Right? And you can tell like he gave so much of shit, but like, okay, you only have this and we're running out of money. So you need to hurry up. And it was like, fine, but I'm gonna I got this.
They made the most of this budget.
Yep.
It's
you got the budget of a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
and
I was thinking of the van tank that came out and it had the big gun on the top. But
they couldn't afford to get like a tank.
But the gun has like all these little details and it has like these like 4 wires coming along the barrel that's like slightly raised up, and it's like it wouldn't look like that if the director didn't give a shit. Like
no, exactly.
Yeah, like there's all these little details everywhere that are just so heavily like I was in love with this production design,
with the style of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start going through the story, especially because you can probably fill in some holes that I know I definitely had while watching.
Oh, I will. I will try.
Yeah, so the movie opens up with, according to Wikipedia, a gang of criminals break into an abandoned prison in search of treasure, and they find. I love Joseph. You were like, oh, it's the Black Ops guy.
It's the Black Ops guy.
No, he was hunched over. But I thought it was soldiers at the beginning, but apparently it's criminals. So, was this where this character ended up from the original anime? Like, did it end with him like chained up in some abandoned ruins?
Oh man, we no. The end of the anime, I'm pretty sure he died. Everyone died in that anime.
Oh damn!
And everyone got destroyed or whatever. So no, this is its own complete thing. But yeah, in these soldier guys, I don't know, or thieves or whatever, because it's weird. Because they go in, they say like, we're looking for treasure.
They're looking for
the
money.
boss said there was treasure down here, and then they say there's a guy here, and he was like, that's the leader. I'm like, who? Wait, what? Yeah, that's the leader. Kill him.
Yeah, that's
like,
the thing. Yeah, the whole
it's not human.
They're talking, and you're like, what the fuck is going on for like a good half of this movie?
Yeah.
Like, who's this guy? Why does this guy have like an angel wing on his back?
Because he's Michael Angel.
It's like, I'm into it. It's cool,
that makes
but
sense.
God, this is confusing until they explain it.
God.
Yeah.
And how every I caught like all the biblical and like all the biblical references, especially because like,
what do you mean in Jesus City? You thought there was some kind of religious allegory?
and whenever anybody got like their head destroyed or whatever, feathers popped out.
By the way, it's literally is called Jesus City. That's not a joke I was making.
Yeah, for people.
No, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. So then they wake this guy up, and he transforms into his scary armor form.
Yeah.
With his glowing brain. And he and then it's a hell of an opening. He kills all of these criminals like super viciously, and like there's a lot of flashing lights on screen, but like you just get these little vignettes and snapshots.
That helmet.
LC, he violated them.
Oh, he violated
all those guys
mechanically.
All those men.
Yeah, mechanically.
He violated their faces. He violated their limbs. And I just love the first shot where like he basically like pushes the top half of a dude's head off.
Yeah.
It's very Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it's so violent right
palm, like his everything up his nose up is just gone. Oh my god.
I love this mask too, by the way. It's got like this it looks like nothing else. It's got this like crazy like thick helmet on top, and he's got these big bulbous eyes, and he's got this like Oni mouth, like an Oni mask. It looks so like unique, and like the eyes glow red, and his brain glows for some reason.
He's got the Xbox Live X on his chest.
He's got that
Yes,
Xbox
he does.
logo.
The first thing I thought of was like Red X from fucking
from Teen Titans.
Yeah,
I thought that too.
Kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah,
That's
for
sick.
sure. I was for some reason thinking Red Ring of Death combined with the original. Xbox.
He's coming to kill your Xbox 360.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the red ring. He's coming for you mechanically.
He's coming to break your Xbox.
Indeed, he's coming to destroy all your video games. But yeah, no. So yeah, he wakes up, and then His motorcycle's chained up, and he has a pretty badass motorcycle.
Oh my god! And he dude, that
He
shot
by hand rips off like all the chains individually.
The cinematography in this movie is so crazy. Like every frame. Like I was talking about that intentionality, but every frame is so thought out. Like you can see the storyboard. It's like Fury Road or like one of those movies that's completely like laid out beforehand.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Like every shot is so like thought through.
I would love it.
Yeah.
100% is like a. Sorry, go ahead, King.
Oh no, you're right. Like it just shows like there's so much like you said, like most likely he had as little budget as possible, and the time frame probably had that much time to film it, but like everything is super intentional and not half-assed. Like they put their ass in this. So like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna go and do as much as we can.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this level of effort in this movie.
Yeah, no, you could really tell there was passion behind it.
Crazy.
Oh man.
100%. And I feel like something I really noticed throughout the whole movie too is that like the camera doesn't move that much. Like it's not like a super erratic kind of thing. Yeah. But in that they still utilize like they still make you feel a lot of depth in the space within the frame by like having a lot of like a lot of good elements of like things in the foreground and the background. Like I remember the shot of Hakaider like coming up to like the city gate or like to the guard, and like in the foreground you see like the fence and then him and then like the guard, and like there's a really good sense of space. And then my favorite shot in the movie, honestly, skipping ahead a bit, like at the end when he's fighting what's the white robot's name? Probably Michael. That's the robot's name, or is that the
angel guy?
The leader.
The robot's name.
The leader's name. Oh, okay.
The weird god guy. I don't know his name. They said it one time and I didn't catch it. It's like Gamma or something.
Yeah, but Michael's. You see like the whole frame, like he's walking towards Hakaider, who's like on the ground damage, and you're seeing him like through his hand. Like his hand is like the biggest thing like in the foreground in the shot, and like you could just
got him knocked down.
Yeah, no, it's just it's just really good framing and like a really good use of like probably just like limited ways that they could utilize the camera.
Yes.
It's just really well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That whole set is crazy. Like, not to jump ahead too far, but like this white room that's like anything gets damaged, just got this crazy like red interior with these red wires.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's alive, like it's like they're inside some creature, and like
you're breaking the facade of this fake like fascist government.
Yes, exactly. This wonderful perfect world of Jesus Town. It's not. It's not a good town. It's horrible. It's evil on the inside. I'm evil on the outside. They're evil on the inside. It's different.
He doesn't have a facade. It's great. And I love that, like, the surgical tubing and everything inside. Like, you could see the low budget, but they made it look so good. And, like, you can see in some shots it's straight up just spray paint on the walls. There's red spray paint.
Exactly.
And Twizzlers popping out everywhere.
Twizzlers and little fucking golf balls or whatever. Just to paint it red.
It works though. It works really well.
It does.
Wait, I need to pause real quick. We forgot to talk about our tea.
Oh yeah, we always do.
Yeah, King, did you make yourself some tea?
Oops.
No, it's all, no.
Just pretend.
No, it's all good. Every episode we drink tea because. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna bring up my beer. I was gonna because.
Talk about your beer, please.
That'll work.
Yeah. I know that you guys did the beer on your show. What kind of beer are you drinking?
Well, I'm probably won't get it, but it's a apple cider. I mean, it's a cider. I really like ciders, and it's Angry Orchard. It's green apple.
That's
Angry Orchard cider.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. I like what's the blue flavor? Like the most common one. Is that crisp apple?
I think that's just crisp apple. Yeah,
I think that's Baja Blast.
Yo, hard Baja Blast.
I do love Baja Blast. If they can make a drink, I would drink it.
Yeah,
make a cider on Taco Bell. They'll do
it. You order a Baja Blast, and then you pour tequila in it.
And then there you go.
There you go.
No, but that's
what about you guys? What are you drinking?
I love cider. Right now, I have Strawberry Sensation tea. It's a black tea by Ahmad Tea. Ahmad, if you're listening, sponsor us. And then Joseph, I gave you.
I have Vanilla Chai Bigelow.
Bigelow Vanilla Chai.
Sponsor us, Bigelow.
Yeah, we're all big.
Swear to God.
Yeah, we got a lot of caffeinated teas right now.
I'll show up at your corporate office.
I'm low on the caffeine-free herbal teas.
Nice.
But yeah, no. For anybody out there, make yourself a nice warm cup of tea and keep on listening.
Exactly.
But yeah, so in the movie, so the next thing that happens is there's a man who's like injured. He's running away from the police.
Yep.
And then we get introduced to the character of Michael, in this scene, who like he super speeds to him in like a lot of really cool. It gave me big Evil Dead energy. The shots where it's like from his perspective and he's super speeding through this.
He's just speeding through, exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many shots are fired in this movie for the budget.
Yeah, the amount of gunshots.
Yeah, everyone's just always shooting in these action scenes. They're so like frenetic. It's so
I
cool.
do feel like most of the budget had to have gone to that, like just
Absolutely.
the sparks and stuff, because like Hakaider gets torn up. He
Yeah.
doesn't like literally get torn up, but he gets, oh my god, just.
How many shots are there where
blasted.
Hakaider's just standing there, just getting shot in the chest a million times?
Just eating bullets.
just eating
So-
bullets.
Fucking so good. Yeah, no, I feel like a part of where they might have cheated there, like I noticed there were a few scenes where I think they repeated shots, like they used repeated shots where maybe they might have like mirrored it or like
Ding.
made like a different angle.
Just
you
kidding.
know. Oh yeah, yeah, that sound being repeated too was definitely at the end. I noticed.
A lot of dings.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like Michael shows up and his introduction is like super scary. Like he's
a monster. He's like a Terminator.
yeah, like he comes in, like he
Yes.
pops up, like he knocks over the criminal guy who's trying to get away. And he just like, you know, steps out of the shadows and like he's just this super you know, intimidating figure.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like whenever in any kind of content it's like the people that you're supposed to root for, like the characters that are like the angels or like in a different context would be considered the good guys or the bad guy or the bad guys. You know,
It's all fake.
just anti-heroes in general. I'm a big anti-hero guy. You know?
Yeah, no, I do like that, and this is heavily in here. Like, good people
like-
are the angel
Yeah.
guys are good people. Bad,
They
Bad
painted
people,
themselves as
good.
angels. Yeah.
exactly.
great.
But they're no better. They're worse.
They're way worse.
Yeah.
They're lobotomizing
Way
people in like
They're-
a really
they
roundabout
are.
way.
It's like it is fucked. Like how he went ahead and said like, oh, we're gonna, we respect our criminals. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna kill you though. But they just basically kill them, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Just lobotomize their brains.
Yeah, well, they
Goddamn.
like insert a microchip in their head that like does what a lobotomy does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's a lot just to like get
This
a
is expensive.
just
Yeah, ice pick, dude.
expensive lobotomy.
That's such a disturbing scene when you see how it's done, even though it's like on a monitor and it's graphics, just like seeing
Yeah,
like the brain. Just
that's a very well done scene. Like the guys in the like the really. By the way, another point where I was like, they could have made that machine that he's in so boring looking, but they added all these like crazy sci-fi anime gubbins to it to make it look so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he gets closed in this machine, and then it shows like an X-ray of a needle going into a brain, and it feels like you're just watching a needle go into a guy's brain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's so effective and like squeamish. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's real unsettling.
Inserts
Especially how he reacts to them. He's like, or the leader, whatever his name is. He's like, "Oh my God, these are my babies. I must
I
protect
love
my
them.
babies."
Yeah.
Like, what the?
These are my
What?
these are my children. Yeah, it gave me a similar kind of feeling as this might be a weird comparison, but like it made me think of the same kind of disgust I felt in at the end of Invincible season 1. Spoiler alert for the end of Invincible season 1.
Oh no.
Like King, have you seen Invincible?
No, but go ahead. It's okay.
Oh damn it! No, I'm not gonna spoil it. No,
I'm
no,
on
no.
the same boat.
Is he
No,
sure?
but go
It's
ahead.
too good. But just I guess without making.
I'm also feeling
Sorry,
very no, but go ahead.
I assume that everyone had. But basically just like the whole idea that like, it's more scary, the idea that like when a villain thinks that the idea that the villain thinks that they are doing you a favor, like that they are doing you
Yeah.
like, justice, they're doing good for you, and actually
Mhm.
like I would rather him like actually be like, oh fuck all these poor people, like I just want to destroy them, versus like he's like, no, I'm protecting them.
Yeah.
It's just like such a
Yeah.
creepier idea.
I'm here to protect my sheep.
Yeah.
They're my flock. I must protect them. They're my babies.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
like
no, that's evil.
Jared Leto.
Yeah,
and
like you
Blade
might as well
Runner.
just be a normal evil guy. Just kill them. What's wrong with you? Don't.
Why are you
Like,
doing
I'm a
this like
weirdo.
morally complex thing that you're doing? Get out of here.
Is that character in the original anime? The The angel wing man.
The Jesus guy.
Oh, Michael.
No,
Actually,
the leader, not the robot angel man.
oh, the leader.
They both have a
no,
wing, and I think
from
that's
what
confusing us.
they both. Yeah, it's true. No, the leader guy. I don't believe he shows up. At least I'm not sure. It's been a while. I remember a lot of the robots, but I don't remember like regular people all that much.
Okay.
That's fair.
Gotcha. So this is very, very disconnected, like its own
Oh no,
isolated thing.
yes.
I mean, like, it feels very effectively self-contained. Like, the world building in this is so efficient, and like, I love even like the cheesy stuff, like the big destroyed statues in the background.
Yeah.
It's like no explanation, just draw from that what you want, and it adds so much to the story.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's like these
I-
big landscapes, and there's like a big waterfall in the background that isn't moving.
Yeah. There are some pretty good shots there's some pretty good shots with like the big like plate backgrounds where it's like, oh, that shit back there should be moving or changing, but it's not.
It's fine.
Something.
But
Yeah, what are you doing?
it adds to the vibe for sure.
It's fine.
Yeah.
100%. Jesus Town Seraphim ruler. That's interesting.
Jesus Town.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I remember there's the shot where skipping a little bit ahead, but like when the girl dies, and they're standing next to like a giant statue. I thought it was like the Rio de Janeiro Jesus statue. I'm like, oh, are they in South America?
Yeah.
Like, is the idea that like this like cult government, the parliament has like taken over like the whole world,
Taking
like
over
that?
Brazil.
Taking over Brazil?
Yeah.
Is that-
All of
what's going
Brazil. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought at first, but Joseph was like, no, that's not Jesus.
Nah, that's just
I know
a
my
statue in the
Jesus.
background.
Yeah.
I know my Jesuses. That's not one.
I know my Jesus. That Jesus isn't white. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, so what's the next thing that happens? Oh yeah, then we get introduced to the criminal characters. Trying to remember these characters' names. What's
The Final Fantasy VII.
There's
terrorist
only-
gang.
Technically, you only get 3.
mm-hmm.
You get Kaito, which was the white guy with the glasses. You get
my favorite
Fuji?
my favorite voice.
Yeah.
favorite.
The
I
rest
think you
are
get
background,
Fiji
right?
or Fuji, who like is the Japanese guy, who's the other Japanese guy with glasses.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that guy looked cool.
Yeah, he did. But everyone else, nope, they're just background.
And
and,
honestly,
you know,
it
my
doesn't
favorite-
really matter because they all die immediately.
Pretty
anyway.
much.
Immediately.
Yeah, they all get fucking destroyed.
Who is your favorite?
The black guy, of course.
Yeah, the black guy. I was surprised to see him back there, honestly.
Exactly. That was like, oh my god, we here. Look at him. There he is. There he
Look at
is.
us here in Japan.
He doesn't have
We
any
are here in
lines and
Japan
then
in
he
a
dies.
Japanese film. Fuck yeah, let's
I
go.
want to hear him speak Japanese. Slight
No,
side
no.
tangent, but there's a TikTok creator I follow. It's this black guy who lives in Japan, and like he basically just like records like all the weird ass interactions that he has, like with people. Like oftentimes like it'll be kids that come up to him and be like, "Why are you this dark?
Oh my god.
Why are you this color?"
That's how it happens when you're like really isolated. You know, it's like
It's a
even though like
very, yeah,
yeah,
homogenous culture they have over
Mhm.
there.
they really do. Yeah, they really have one of it. Like, you know, it's weird because there's plenty of like people of different ethnicities in Japan. They are there, but you know, they just still act like, oh, they only exist on TV. You know, they're only TV. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only in the world, yeah. I mean, is there? I imagine that that there can't be like a giant population. Like, or would you say like in mostly like urban area? Like, does Tokyo have a large, like non-Japanese population?
I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but like I know there, like especially like through TikTok and everything, like there are way more people who not even just just black people, just like people from different countries who just live in like Tokyo and Japan. Like a lot of like city areas like Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, you know, the bigger cities and stuff most likely have a lot more of a melting pot than like the outskirts, you know. But I don't know. It's still like you still get those interactions like, oh, they've never interacted with someone who wasn't Japanese before, which is very strange. You know, they're just so. I mean, but then again, it's funny because you in a way, like we say this about Japan, but we still kind of get that here in the United States too.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
go
yeah,
further
absolutely.
out, Yeah, like there'll be places who've never seen a black person before, or Asian person, or anybody person. They're like, oh my god, what? They look at you like you're alien, even though you live in a country that's literally one of our taglines is that, oh, it's a place that anyone can come to, and you know,
my advice to 100% of our listeners: don't go to those places.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I experienced a little bit of that when was it my mom lives in Mississippi. Like she recently moved down there, and she lives like in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi.
Oh yeah, isolated,
like very in the middle of nowhere. And like I remember when my fiance has a lot of tattoos, and looks very non-traditional for the South. And I just remember us getting like a whole lot of looks and like everybody commenting like, "Oh my God, you have so many tattoos."
What's going on there? Why'd you do that to your skin?
You know, and just that culture shock element.
Yeah,
and it's a
bad,
thing
sorry,
that
my bad. Southern accent.
no, you
that was great.
But yeah, no, fucking yeah, it's something that we've considered a lot when like because we want to go to Japan eventually. Like it's a dream trip for us.
I am actually going in October.
Nice.
Oh, sick! Your first time?
Yeah. Yes, first time.
That's great.
Gotta go. Just go, man. Just go. Just go.
That's awesome. No, we will for sure.
You can do it.
Are you?
Yes.
That's sick. Yeah, we want to go to Studio Ghibli World,
Yes.
and all that. But no, we're definitely considering like the fact that like yeah, they have a lot of tattoos, and then I also like starting to have a decent amount, like, being something that could be a barrier. But we'll see. It'll be fine.
Whatever.
But yeah, back to the
I
movie.
got tattoos too. I'll let you know.
Yeah, report back.
Yeah, report back. Give us
I'll
some
report
feedback.
back.
But yeah, so basically the next thing I think that happens, so yeah, we meet our criminals. They're trying to we find out later that they're stealing, is it money or is it like a money press type deal? They steal all these suitcases. It's money. It's
Yeah, they're
yes,
like,
I think it's
they're
money.
like
Yeah.
trying to like they were like observing the money for like hidden messages or something.
yeah, they're like trying. I think it's. What's up?
Like I really feel like there's some sort of weird like under like a different plot that we never got to explore because
it doesn't even matter because they die immediately.
That's true, and
it's true. Yeah, like I thought that they were Xeroxing them. I thought they were counterfeiting them, but you're right. They did like have these little computers going into like these secret messages in the money. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What? And they said they're rebels.
Yeah,
but
they're
then
like
they talk
terrorists
about,
or something.
I just want money.
Yeah,
we just want to overthrow the government and make a new shittier government.
And then he's like, "No, you're
Exactly.
just as bad as them, poor people, for wanting to not be poor."
Yeah. I just that's true. That plot line literally.
not be more.
Yeah, that plot line.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying that plot line literally goes nowhere. It was like all I'm saying. Like it really.
They remind me a lot of the whole BioShock Infinite thing that people are talking about right now, where it's like, oh, Comstock and the rebels are just as bad as each other. I am very smart for pointing this out. The oppressors and the ones trying to not be oppressed are equally bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very enlightened.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a very common thing with like rebels versus the government or the bigger power. Like they have that in fucking Hunger Games. Like in Hunger Games, towards the end of it, the leader of the rebels wants to do another Hunger Games anyway with the rich
like,
people's kids or shit.
It's like what's the point of making this point in your story aside from just being like, actually everybody's bad and
all
no one
humans
should ever try to do anything actually.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Like, it all
just don't rebel. You're just as bad as them.
Yeah. You shouldn't. If it's a corrupt government, then that should fall. And no one should ever take its place.
Yeah, Star Wars has the exact same problem as well. As like it just ends up like going back to the same place. Which, speaking of Star Wars, like I love the design of these stormtrooper-esque characters in this movie. Which, by the
big
way,
head people,
the big head, the white costumes, very like just like stormtrooper energy. Which I remember we were saying they're like basically reverse stormtroopers because they don't miss. Like
no,
every
they're
shot
really
they,
good
like,
at their job.
They're shooting the criminals or they're shooting Hakaider, and they're just like always. Yeah, no, they have 100% accuracy in this movie.
He completely like bulldozes them the first time he meets them, and then they just fucking destroy him by just shooting him a bunch in the next scene that they meet him in.
They improve. They actually like, okay, let's shoot him again, but this time let's bring rocket launchers. And then that should be good. And yeah, he gets fucking bulldozed afterwards.
destroyed
Oh my
just
God.
by them shooting at him.
Just just more firepower, and that'll do it.
But they like shoot. They
Exactly.
when he's rolling up on his motorcycle. There's that really cool scene. Then they're shooting this like big cannon at him, and they're just sparking off of him. He's not even reacting.
Yeah,
I'm getting kind of a
That's true.
difficult read on his power level here.
100%. I love that shot.
The power system in this is all over the place. How strong is Hakaider? How strong
Like
is he?
he's as strong as is necessary for the scene to be cool in that moment.
Of course.
100%. Yeah, because like some of the hits he takes there, like compared to like some of the shit that he goes through later, like he should have been taking it. But that shot of him rolling up on the motorcycle is super cool. Like when he's not armored up and it's just bouncing off, which
Yeah,
I like. He just zero reaction when he's doing that. It's so
Zero.
fucking cool.
sick. Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
so fucking cool. He even gets hit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, what if they hit him in the face? But then they get him in the head like, I'm good.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
yeah.
And I love
He's
like
got his sawed off like little pump shotgun that with like the crazy
Mhm.
bullets that can fly through everything and do literally anything the plot wants them to do.
like he
Yes.
just shoots
And
into the center
okay,
of a building.
I have to say, I love how they did keep track on how powerful that gun is, because they made sure to use it like one of the stormtrooper guys gets a hold of the
Yeah.
gun. He's like, okay, I'm gonna use your gun against you.
I love
it's
this
so
moment.
powerful. His arm fucking just it rips off.
It
flies
blows
off.
his arm
he misses.
off.
It
Yeah.
flies off. Yes,
That
he
is
kills
the
himself
coolest
basically.
fucking thing in this movie. I
Yeah.
love that
It
moment.
is.
You got to be so strong just to use the gun. I wanted to say, have you, King? Have you seen the? So we watched the director's cut of this movie, which is like about 80 minutes, and then the original cut I was looking at, it's like around 57 minutes, I think. So do you know what they like? What's not in the theatrical cut, or like the original cut?
Okay, to be fair, I know they say this is director's cut, but that's the only cut that I could find. Like I
Okay,
saw this
that's
on
fine.
Amazon, and it was the director's cut, but it was just subbed. I didn't even know there was a dub of this, honestly, until Tubi.
Yeah.
My assumption was the parts that were cut out were the romance subplot.
Yeah.
That was
Probably,
my
yeah,
take,
yeah,
because it is kind of the weakest point of the movie.
Yeah, like I mean, it is completely out nowhere. It doesn't go
Yeah.
anywhere. It comes out of nowhere, and I
Yeah,
feel
her
like this
whole-
movie, like I just feel like this movie's also like was cut up so much in the
Yeah.
process of making it. Like they couldn't finish it the way they could have because of the budget and time. So they did what they could with what they had.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the love interest's whole arc is like, I want a knight in shining armor to take me out of this situation so I can be a trad wife.
Yeah.
yeah,
Literally
pretty
her-
much.
And it's like, okay, I don't know what that has to do
She,
with
like,
the
she-
rest of the movie.
Yeah. Literally in her
Because
dreams.
it's weird because she has a some sort of like weird like pathetic she
Prophetic
basically
dream.
sees the future. Pathetic,
Yeah.
pathetic.
You can
dream.
say
like
pathetic.
she sees the future. Pathetic dream of being a fairy, like one of those
Yeah.
fairies from Hot
It-
Topic from back in the day.
I mean,
and
it
she was
looks
stuck on
cool
the
as hell
fucking
though.
tree.
Like it looks like a
It
phone
does.
background I would have had in 2011.
Yeah.
I'm like that. Like, what is? I'm over here like, where's this movie? I want to see this movie too.
Yeah, it's
this
like
her
Legend.
dream of being like a little fairy.
I was gonna say it reminded me of like a Terra Online like
Yeah,
screenshot or something.
Absolutely.
Fucking-
Yes.
I mean, even the fairy design and the knight design in that dream are just like you could have just done like a standard knight, but no, they did this crazy like well designed
Black
like you've
Knight.
never seen it before. Yeah, he's got like this visor
Yeah.
and he's just
Mhm.
there to be for like symbolism, but he's got this
They
this
put
point on
all
top
the
of his
effort
head.
into. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
didn't
and they
cut
did the
any
same thing with her.
corners.
Like those. No, like those fairy wings could have just been like regular like butterfly whatever wings or whatever. It was just like, no,
but it
let's
has
make
that
them
artistic
intricate.
voice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty nice because
No.
when we first get to that dream, it's really efficient character development because you instantly know everything about like what this character wants and like what she's, like how she's from that dream you can just know exactly how she's going to react when she first encounters Hakaider.
Yeah. This man with no
Yeah,
personality.
exactly.
She instantly falls in love with him.
But he's a
He
badass.
needs none. All right, he's so strong. He needs.
That's
He's stronger than his personality. Okay.
It's like if someone fell in love with the Terminator, he'd just be like, I don't care, leave me alone.
exactly. This. Oh, go ahead. Go.
No, sorry, no, you go on. I was just gonna like go on to like the next place in the plot. But what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say like how I kind of wish. I feel like this was gonna go like somewhere, like maybe they had something to do with like he was destined to come there and help them or free them or something like that. There's potential there for all going like some sort of bigger plot. And hell, I was like, damn, this could have been either longer movie or just a series, like a short mini series.
All that
Absolutely.
off.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like it was good having them all die. It was just like a good. It turned into a revenge story pretty much at the end.
Kinda, yeah.
It's
Even though he
pretty
was kind of
quick.
already gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I'm just going here. Hello.
That's what I
don't
said
know
at the end
why.
of this movie was like, man, it feels like he was just gonna do this from the beginning of the movie, but the only thing that kept the runtime long was just he was just like taking his time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he bumped into these kids and they all died. And,
Like
yeah,
the instant,
and then
like
the-
He just walks up and kills everybody.
like
yeah.
literally right when he first wakes up, they pretty much all die, which I love. In that scene, I love the effect of like his gel hand, where you see like the mechanics of
Oh.
it, like inside.
Yeah, the
so
translucent.
fucking like old 90s effects sick, like how it's like steam and then
Yeah.
it's back to normal like that. I can believe that. I believe you. This is great.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
in. I'm fully
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of a time when like even really like low budget, like really kind of off the wall movies like this, like back in the day, like still had like these incredible practical effects.
Yeah.
Like even if some of them are like cheesy or don't necessarily hold up in the way of like how realistic they are, all the designs are just so unique.
So much steam in this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
There's a lot
Great
of
use.
steam.
Great use of steam and smoke and flames. Like there are so many great shots of Hakaider just like standing there like he's steaming. You know.
He walks by a flower, it catches on fire.
Yeah.
I
He's
love
holding
it.
a flower,
It's
it
like,
catches on fire.
okay, that's one thing I don't like about this dub, because
Yeah.
this dub messed up the best line in the sub version. When he picks up the flower in the dub, he's like, well, this is your justice. I burn your justice with flames. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
in
Flame
the
on.
original in the original dub, he's like, he's like, you know, Michael's like, I'm justice and blah blah blah, and Hakaider's like, he picks up the flowers like, if you're justice,
I'm
then
evil.
I am evil, and then it catches on fire, and it's so fucking sick. I'm like, it's
Pretty
dumb as
glad we
hell,
watched
but
it
I
with
love
subs.
Yeah. No. That's the one that we. Yeah. No. That. Yeah. Then that was a really badass line.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah. No. So he heals. The criminals get killed. They have a pretty cool shootout and a pretty cool fight. With the officers. I think there was a part where like Hakaider he stomps a dude's head off, or like no Michael like shoves his hand through somebody's eyes. That was probably
Blood sprays on his own face.
Yeah.
that was probably-
Yeah, because one of his fucking soldiers survived, and he told him like, "Hey, what do you want to do next?" And the guy's like, and Michael's like, "No, you're dead." Like, what do you mean? Like, well, you can't. Only my chosen army live and die for me. And then he just decided to just stick his fucking hands into his face. Yeah.
only my best
Great.
soldiers.
Yeah, only my
I feel like
best soldier.
yeah, I feel like with a lot of the angels, I was thinking of Doom Eternal a lot with the kind of like evil angel imagery.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of similar design too, like how it's all biomechanical.
Yeah, that almost H.R. Giger kind of,
Yeah.
especially when the walls get broken open, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. There was another thing too. I saw some Giger energy with. We were just talking about like the character design. Like Hakaider's head is kind of like elongated.
Yeah,
a little
no,
bit like the alien.
I
That's
definitely got like some alien influence.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. So I'm trying to think. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So his girlfriend dies. They they die.
Whatever.
By the
fuck
way,
her.
I just have to I just have to say something. Okay, when I first watched that shit, the whole time, the moment where Michael puts his hand on her face, which I'm like, oh, she's dead, right? That
Yeah.
moment, he she didn't escape. He put his hand on her face, and his face is
Yeah.
gone. But somehow,
And then
I
she's
even read it
walking
from the-
away.
And then she's normal, and she has like
Yeah,
two
like, I
little
looked at-
burn marks.
yeah, I'm like, but how? No.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, well, I expected like a big hand to be burned into her face.
Exactly. You know, we didn't need. And then like they do this. She's walking the streets. He just shows up. Then they go to a beach, and then there's this dream sequence. It's like, like I love the imagery, but
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Longest death scene in any movie ever.
Exactly. She died. It feels like she dies like twice or three times. First for the hand because she's dead. Then she goes to sleep.
For a while, it doesn't seem like she's dying because when she's like walking around with Hakaider like in the ruins, like she just seems totally normal.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that she had a giant gunshot wound.
Yeah, and then it goes to black and white, and then like 2 shots later, I turn to LC and I'm like, wait, did she die?
Oh yeah. Funniest another. I just want to put out another thing. Funniest gun scene when all the soldiers are walking past the only 2 rebels left. You like, wait. They do see these guys here, right? Are they not going to kill them? Because
I laughed so hard.
Because you think like, oh, they kill Hakaider. That's who they're there for. They're not going to.
Yeah,
kill
they're not.
these
They're not
rebels.
going to kill these guys. They don't care about them.
No, the last guy, he was like, that was his job.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, like you think they're going to get off scot free?
Turn very nonchalantly and just shoot both of them.
Yeah, just like totally. Like I thought they were going to be.
I was like, oh, it's just the last 2 guys. It's just their job.
It's almost like they forgot, and he was like, "Oh."
I laughed.
Oh shit!
So
Oh yeah. By the way,
that shit made me laugh so hard.
So good. Yeah, I love the shot of Hakaider's hand just like coming out of the rubble,
Yeah.
like slowly, just like getting the strength back.
Yeah. The revenge is powering me.
It will happen. I promise.
The revenge is
I
coming.
will get those guys, Karu.
Yep.
Meddling kids.
I don't even think he knew her name. Actually.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
I don't remember them mentioning it. I think the only time we hear her name is when one of her like criminal buddies is like, "Hey, get your head in the game."
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, you're right.
Right before they die.
Yep. So yeah, Hakaider goes to the government building, and he disables it with one shot, of his shotgun. Just like, shoots right into the center of it.
Yep. We see some really cool CGI graphics.
Yeah. All the computer graphic targeting thing, it's like Terminator on crack as far as like the way it's all visualized. So.
He just scanned the whole schematics of the building. He has the blueprint in his brain, and he just knew exactly where to shoot. And
Yep, the perfect shot.
Right. I didn't know his shotgun gun shell was also heat seeking or tracking or whatever the fuck was happening. It was great.
Whatever the fuck that was, it doesn't matter.
Once again,
he honestly just has whatever power. It's like the old Superman movies.
Yeah.
It's like whatever power works in that moment, he'll just do it.
Yeah. That part made me think of like Judge Dredd's gun as far as like Dredd, the gun just has like so many different settings and
tell it
shit.
what to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, then he breaks in. He frees some citizens, and like honestly kind of a funny scene because like, hey, do you want to live? Do you want free will? Okay. And then he just rips off the door in like one swoop.
Hakaider is the very essence of free will. If you don't,
yeah, he's all about like freedom versus oppression kind of thing. Like I'm here to. I only care about those with free will. If you don't have free will, I don't care about you.
Mm-hmm.
You can just die. So he just uses people to block bullets.
It's like when the devil fell from heaven. It was because he was questioning God or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, because he rebelled. Yeah.
So he's the only one with real freedom because in heaven everyone's forced to worship God all the time.
Yep.
This movie's so smart.
Is this character chaotic good or chaotic neutral?
I don't think he is a character.
I would say like
as far
chaotic,
as
neutral.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because I feel like he just showed up, but like he would literally do this anywhere for any reason. Like he's just whatever. He's just
chaotic neutral makes sense.
Yeah, it's just his purpose. He frees them, and then he has a really cool towards the end of the movie. He has a really cool fight with Michael. Although
really long fight with Michael.
Yeah, a really long. I do enjoy like how slow this fight is too. Like even though they're not giant robot characters, I feel like with how slow it's going, you can feel the weight of them. You know,
every hit they do this like bell sound effect because they're both just made of metal, so it's like 2 pots hitting each other. It's pretty good.
I love that attention to detail because you wouldn't get that with a lot of other like mechs versus mechs or anything. Like you hear
you don't hear that in Transformers.
Yeah.
No.
It reminded me of like in Mortal Kombat when you're fighting with the robot characters, like with Cyrax.
Yeah.
Like just sounds like you're hitting a garbage can with a baseball bat.
It is. It's like ding, 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 ding. Anybody you punch.
Yeah. No, just like
No,
I feel like what. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I like this fight. It was for as long as it was a very long, very.
It's a good payoff.
Stretched out, and it's a good payoff. Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact that it felt like it was over, and it wasn't. He had a second phase.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a shotgun that wasn't established
exactly
in his arm.
Yeah.
Oh, it.
I know.
Yeah,
that
the
Trigun
Surprise!
shotgun.
I actually win.
yeah.
He had a chest gun. Oh my god, the fucking! I almost forgot
is a
about
gun.
the stop motion monster.
Yeah, the creature.
Yes.
The second phase of the boss
My
fight, like you
favorite
said.
part. Michael's head goes onto some crazy fucking Phil Tippett
Saw monster.
yeah, like stop motion
Yes.
beast that he fights. And I wasn't expecting any stop motion in this movie, but that thing fucks.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
Thing rules. It's got this like big long neck. It looks like this. It looks like nothing I've ever seen in any no other robot design. Like he's got these wheels that he can use to like step on things.
Like these like moving wheels.
Yeah,
got the
steppy
scary-
feet wheels. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and he's got
he
this,
got
like,
a saw
long neck.
face. He's got his.
Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, he looks. I can't even compare him to anything. He just looks. If anyone in the audience has seen Mad God, it looks like something that's like a sci-fi. Anything that's in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
He looks
Yeah,
like
a lot of
Mad,
the-
yes. I've seen Mad God. It looks like it reminds me of that. It also reminds me. If you ever seen Deadhead, you ever seen Deadhead
No.
or
No.
The Dead
Adding it to the
Alive?
list.
Oh, you
Adding
ever seen the Dead
both
Alive?
those
Oh
to
my god.
No.
Yeah, one
Like
of
a-
Peter
list.
Jackson's first films. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it was Peter Jackson. Interesting. One of the ones-
I'm pretty sure.
Where you said
Hell yeah.
the Dead Alive, and what was the other one?
No, they're both. They go by like two different names. It's the Dead. You can either find it
Okay.
as Deadhead or Dead Alive. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
Definitely look that up. Yeah, no, I definitely, because I definitely have been wanted to get into like more early works of directors I really like I know Sam Raimi has a Western. I think it's called The Quick and the Dead. We definitely gotta do episode deep D one and two. We're definitely gonna do an episode on that one.
Down.
But yeah, no, speaking of Sam Raimi, yeah, the final creature at the end of this movie reminded me a little bit of like the creature in Evil Dead 2 that the grandmother transforms into. Like definitely like same kind of like elongated neck and like just the stop
It
motion.
looks. Yeah. It's so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
freaky
yeah,
looking. No. It.
Exactly.
Combined with Ed 209 from RoboCop.
It's funny too
Um,
when he transforms into that weird stop motion robot creature thing. He has the colors of Hakaider, so he turns into the main character from Hakaider the show.
Okay.
It's weird. It's out of nowhere.
reference.
Yeah, that's when, like, Michael was Hakaider the whole time. Like, oh, okay, that's why. he's
Okay,
Michael.
interesting.
Was this
Yeah.
before or after he straight up ripped Michael's head off and spinal cord out of
This
his
was
body?
this was after.
I fucking
It
that
was
yeah.
after.
caught me off guard.
That's how the first
love
phase
that.
ended with the Mortal Kombat
I
fatality.
loved it too. No, it was so like brutal. Like his whole spinal column comes out.
I know, because at first you think he's gonna just crack his neck, and like, okay, he's dead now. He
Yeah,
cracked his
yeah.
neck,
I was
but
like,
no,
oh, okay, just
he has
snapped
to
his
make
neck,
sure.
whatever.
Nah.
Nope.
And then I
Pulls-
like the fact that
pulls
he's
the
made
whole
up
thing
that
out.
same red goo or whatever that the
Yeah.
whole building's made out of or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that's
so
great.
cool.
Yeah, like everything is just one connected like living creature. It's just, actually
So much of this world is just through visuals. It reminded
Yeah.
me of like a like Shadow of the Colossus or like The Last Guardian, where it's just like you don't like it's just you figure it out. Just look at it. It
Yeah.
makes sense if you just look at it. You can piece it together.
I feel like towards the end I was thinking a lot of
Exactly.
now that I think about it now, like Akira, like the end of Akira, where it's like this just
Oh yeah.
biomechanical flesh monster. That's another movie that like I really need to rewatch because I feel like overall with like a lot of this like a lot of the Japanese cinema and like just Asian cinema in general, I'm having a much easier time getting a grasp of like the themes of all these stories and like a lot of the tropes, just because like it's something that was always a huge barrier to me with like anime and other stuff like that in general, is just there's a lot of cultural like things context that the like the creators of this content is expecting you to like know and be familiar with, and me just as like a dumb American growing up on like dumb American movies and shit. Like it's hard for me to connect. Whereas like lately I've just really been like really absorbing it and like really getting into, especially a big part of it is like now I'm actually like I've been looking into like the background of like why people make these movies and like what they all represent and stuff. And it's just I definitely want to go back and revisit some shit that I just did not have the cultural context for.
Yeah.
Akira would be a big one for sure.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I'm a big Akira head. I watched the movie. I have the movie. I read the manga, the long ass manga. But I love it. It's great.
Guys.
And you should. Yeah. I've been meaning to give it a good.
I've never seen
like,
Akira.
A good rewatch.
God, you need to.
You know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I
watch
need
the
to.
movie that basically destroyed the studio. Like it put the studio in the ground. They went bankrupt making that movie. Yeah, they went
Did it
bankrupt
bomb?
making that movie. And then I don't think it made. Yeah, fuck no. I don't think that movie made this movie. It made I think it was a cultural phenomenon, of course, but it wasn't.
It's like super influential.
The definition of a cult classic, as far as like it failed initially, but then it just gained the thing. You know what? We're actually doing this. I don't know if we're gonna do it next. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a double feature episode of Akira and Chronicle.
Oh, interesting.
For sure, because Chronicle is like straight up. Have you heard of Chronicle, King?
Dane DeHaan.
It's that the one with Jordan, Michael
B. Jordan. Yeah, it was one of his first.
Yeah,
found footage.
It's like these three high school kids, like basically come across like a meteorite in the middle of the woods, and it gives them superpower. Like the three of them superpowers, and one of them starts to go crazy. And it's like it's been like the filmmakers like have definitely said that like it is kind of like their like the American Akira kind of vibe.
American Akira. Yeah, because the kid's like
Akira.
Tetsuo, and he was the bullied one,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I got the power now. I'm really good. And yeah,
Absolutely.
No, I've seen that.
I like when he
It's a
pushed
good
the
movie.
truck off the road.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one to do a double feature on for sure. And I've seen a little bit of resurgence of people talking about that movie too, so I think that'd be a good
It's
one.
fun.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he fights the big creature.
Yeah.
And then
My favorite.
yep. And then what's the? I know we literally just watched it, but isn't the final shot just him like driving into the desert?
Yeah, he fucks off.
Oh no, he just
won.
Yeah, he just fucks up. Like he goes to God, he's like, You're not even worth killing, and then he walks away, and then
He does
God,
the movie thing that all villains do in every movie.
Yes.
and says, I will actually
he
kill
let
you
you
while you
live.
walk away. Yeah.
That's so fucking
every
stupid.
fucking villain. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he tries
And
to
then
shoot
he
him.
blows
and
him up.
then-
And he turns into feathers, as everyone does mostly in this movie. And yeah,
Another
then he,
beautiful,
then, like
like,
you said,
Artistic choice.
it was really yes.
There you go.
It really was. No, and then like Hakaider fucks, like you said, he fucks up, and then he's like, I'm going to the next city, and maybe liberate it with my violence and violate it.
Yep.
Like I do.
Hell yeah. Go violate something else.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever make a sequel
Mechanically.
to this movie?
Yeah, mechanically.
And then read a sequel.
I wish.
Or-
I don't like. I think I looked it up. I don't think they did, but I would love it if they did, man. Like I know the guy who directed this film. He went on to do a bunch of like these types of films, like I think he like Kamen Rider movies, like Super Sentai shit. You know, Just, that's his shtick.
No, this is.
But I don't think he made
Yeah.
another
Really-
one to Hakaider.
Apparently they made a video game in 1996
What?
released for the
What?
Sega Saturn.
Holy
Mechanical
shit.
Violator
How they made a
Hakaider,
video game out of
the
anything?
Is it like
back in the
a-
day?
Is it like a belt-scrolling beat 'em up? That's my guess.
It says it's a light gun shooting game where the player controls Hakaider
like
using
an arcade game.
Yeah, type deal. Yeah, for the Sega Saturn. And apparently it has it's got a big thing here talking about like a in-depth story. So.
I want like a RoboCop style video game like revival of this property.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
How
put all
fucking-
that shit.
It's like made to be a game.
It is. And then then they could fill in all the fucking gaps that could work.
Yeah.
That all those little like subplots that they had. They could just put in a big game, a Hakaider game. Bring
Like,
back.
look at it. It's like
Bring back a
it's a protagonist with a gun. There's a bunch of enemies that all look the same. There's
Yes.
like you can ride a motorcycle. It's like set in basically one big location. It's made to be a video
Mhm.
game. It's perfect.
It-
There's
no,
a final
it is
boss
perfect,
fight
yeah.
at the end that has multiple stages.
Mhm. It would
Exactly.
make the perfect 100%.
Ah, man. God, I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So that's the movie.
There it is.
We like to end all the reviews with talking about if we could have one prop to put on our shelves back in this what we
Yeah.
have.
You guys go first because I have a few choices.
Yeah, I think I know what I want. King as our guest, you get to choose first. What prop would you want?
Yes, from the spoils of props, I want Michael's head. All right.
Nice.
Before it turns,
Good
like it could
pick.
be before or after it turns blue and red and everything, but I want Michael's head. I want that on my wall.
With
you,
all the
you want the eyes to light up and everything.
with
too.
all the
Yes.
viscera coming out of it too, like all the red, all the Twizzlers. Hell yeah, all the red vines.
And I want a
Absolutely.
button. I want a button to press for him to say, "I am justice. I am justice," like he did in the movie. Like at the end, I am
That's
justice.
fucking- That's sick.
Repeat
Yeah,
it over and
good
over again.
Pick.
Yeah, that's a great one. I think from this, I know what you want. I want Hakaider's goo arm when he's like healing in the criminal's
that's
hideout,
cool.
like when it's all like gelled out and
Yeah,
shit.
that was up toward the top of my list for sure. It had
Yeah.
the lights inside of it.
Yeah, you can see like all the mechanisms inside. It reminded me a lot of Terminator 2.
Yeah, it
When
looks
when-
so cool.
Yes.
Arnold shows off. his
It's like
bottom.
clearly like a mold of the actor's hand that they like filled with electronics and then like resin or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect.
I loved how like it was just a simple shot, like such a simple idea. Like, oh, you just mold his hand, put some lights in, and boom, and then like we'll do the transition between like the steam and him having a record on hand. Boom,
Yeah.
he's healed. Like, wow, that's
But it
really
looks
cool.
great. Yeah.
It does.
I did want the shotgun thing. I did want the gun, but I think I want the armature model of the stop motion
Oh, the final
robot
creature.
monster. Yeah, that's what I
That's
want.
aw- yes.
I want that on my shelf.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
a,
also want it to light up.
that's a very good choice. Yeah. As far as we didn't talk
Yeah.
about any of the crazy like just scene transitions of this movie. My favorite one is when the girl dies and she drops her little bell and it turns into a puddle of
God.
water and then it like transitions out from that.
It hand animates out to the full
That's what
Yeah.
this fucking movie also. I don't know why. I'm just thinking about it now. Like it goes from like we keep, it is low budget, but then it's extra as hell. It didn't need to do all that
Yes.
shit, but then it just did. I'm like, do you not have
That's why I
money, or
like
do
it.
you have money? Yeah, like she, like you
It's
said,
like
there's this whole
clearly
animation
someone's-
secret
yeah.
passion project
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, like you
Absolutely.
drop, you have this whole animation segment of her dropping her bell and the floor is water now and it's spread out.
Yeah, and that's
So
like a
weird.
vision that someone had that was like, no, that's going in the movie. I don't give a shit how we do it.
I don't care. Make it happen.
I respect
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Like, me too. See, no, yes,
100%.
this is great. This is
100%.
great.
Yeah,
Or maybe,
no,
maybe the bell. Even though it's not really a big thing, but maybe the bell. I don't know.
It
That's
holds
true.
value.
That'd be a nice little thing. Yeah, people talk like, what is that there? What is that from?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'll look at them like
Um,
I don't even know myself. It was just in the movie.
I couldn't tell you. It's some girl from a movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some girl.
yeah, yeah. Good picks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is I think about time we're a little over an hour to wrap it up. Also sorry if I had a dumb day at work, so I'm real tired. It's getting
No excuse.
Oh, you're fine.
yeah. But yeah, no, this has been Midnight Movie Gang. Thank you so much to King for joining us. Please
Thank
check
you.
out
No,
his
thank you for
podcast,
having
Thirsty
me,
Nerds
guys. It's been,
Podcast.
I've had a good time. Yeah. Go listen.
Yeah.
Midnight guys, Midnight Gang, come down.
Midnight
to the
movie,
Thirsty Nerds
Midnight
crew.
Movie Gang. 100%.
Midnight
Yeah, oh yeah,
Movie
no,
Gang.
we
Absolutely.
love.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah, we'd love to come on. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Midnight Movie Gang. Yeah, people at home, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, and I'm sure other places you listen to podcasts.
We're all everywhere.
Yep. We recently just put all of our episodes up on YouTube as well. If you want to listen there.
I saw that. Yeah.
And yeah, no, recently the YouTube is up and running. We've been posting clips on there as well. It's been growing steadily. And there is more, not to super, but there is, by the time y'all listen to this, we probably see some of it, but there's going to be more video content to come. So
Yeah, get ready.
Ooh.
it's going to be great. Yeah.
Fuck
But yeah, no, thank you so much again. Everybody have a nice night. Midnight Movie Gang, 10:17 p.m. Night Movie Gang. And yeah, have a good night.
Bye.
All right, see you. Have a good night.
So, here we go.
What you can feel is a child expectation, the complexes, brutal murder. I want to grab everybody, but I'm here to hold on. Oh, please tell me where they've gone. Please tell me. Sorry, I don't know. How long is it? How much have I got in here? 3 tickets to Albany on 6 o'clock train tonight. What do you mean, 3?
Special agent, special agent.